Hello everyone, this is Teacher Karen. Welcome to Organization and Management class. Our lesson for today is Simple Business Plan. We have 7 management and planning tools. These are a set of tools and techniques used to help effectively plan and manage various types of business operations. These tools are intended to guide you in the planning, analysis, and decision-making process. These tools were developed independently by different people for diverse purposes. However, they were assembled as a set of methods in order to achieve efficiencies in the planning and management of operations. Number 1. The 7 management and planning tools. Number 1, affinity diagram. Number 2, the tree diagram. Number 3, the interrelationship diagram. Number 4, matrix diagram. Number 5, prioritization matrices. Number 6, the process decision program chart or PDC. And number 7, the activity network diagram. Affinity diagram is a tool used for organizing a large amount of disorganized information into groups based on their natural relationship and affinity. Similarity of characteristics. It is often used for solving problems with issues that seem to be very complex and difficult to manage. It is a type of brainstorming information concerning complex processes, issues, or problems. This is as an example of affinity diagram. Check out operators given job. We have 3 columns. The first column is inefficient checkout process. The second, not happy in job. And then, seats not comfortable. Under this inefficient checkout process, we have unhappy customers, feel difficult to use, it appears just to sell a few things. So we will put here all the problems we encountered. Here, not happy in job. Why some of the employees not happy in their job? First reason is jealous of others. Boring job, the pay wasn't worth the effort, the job just wasn't me. And the other column, the last column, seats not comfortable. So what are the reasons why seats are not comfortable? I just couldn't keep still. I keep it getting stiff. It's a pocky little holly to sit in. I've always had problems with my back. So, here is the example of affinity diagram. Number 2, tree diagram, also referred to as a systematic diagram. It is a systematic method to outline all the details needed to complete a given objectives or process. It is used to break down broad categories or complex processes into minute details, allowing you to examine the finer details. It is an orderly structure similar to an organization chart or family tree diagram. It helps in understanding a process by graphically breaking down complex processes to smaller levels to details. Okay, this is an example of the diagram. Dress Mr. Arnold. So list of Arnold's outfit. This is Mr. Arnold. So he has 2 kinds of pants. Then, pwede niyang i-partner sa tatlo niyang klaseng pants or shirts. Then, shoes. So, pwede siyang mamili kung ano yung ipapartner dito sa pants niya. And then, kung anong shoes yung ipapartner para magkaroon siya ng outfit of the day. This is also an example of the diagram. We have needs, drivers, city queues, measurement, and targets. Number 3. It is also referred to as a relations diagram. It identifies and displays all interrelated cause and effect relationship among different concepts. Basically, it establishes links between ideas or concepts and shows that they can be logically linked with more than one other idea or concept at a time. It allows you to systematically identify and analyze the cause and effect relationships that exist among all critical issues. It helps you understand the natural links between different aspects of a complex issue so you can better develop an effective solution. These techniques encourages you to think in multiple directions or lateral thinking rather than just thinking linearly. This is an example of interrelationship diagram. We have here very high waiting time for the user. Related to stations that have space to accommodate users. We have also illegal transport captures using users of the systems. And then insufficient numbers of passengers. And then insufficient number of buses. Poor distribution of the bus fleet. And then lack of maintenance of system buses. All of them effect is very high waiting time for the user. Maybe insufficient numbers of patients. We have also agglutinate users inside the buses that cause, this is the cause, and the effect is poor distribution of the bus fleet. Then also affect very high waiting time for the users. Number 4, matrix diagram is a tool that shows the connection or correlations between ideas or variables in a table format. It enables to analyze relatively complex issues by reviewing interactions and dependencies between different elements or variables. It graphically establishes relationships to or more sets of items in such a way as to provide logical connecting points between each item. It displays the strength of the relationship using a grid of rows and columns. A relationship is indicated at each intersection of rows and columns as either present or absent, thus allowing you to identify the presence and strength of relationship between two or more items. This is an example of matrix diagram. So the relationship matrix, this blue corresponds high amount of time spent, representative of high amount of time spent, and the green below amount of time spent. So David, then this is the mentor, smartness. So this is an example of matrix diagram, para siyang graph. So si David, ang pinakamataas niya, na nag-spend siya ng time, yung sa mentors and then sa yoga. It depends upon the groups. It depends upon this is the product manager and this is the office location. So, sa Utah, si David, mas nag-expend siya ng time sa Utah at saka sa mga mentors. And then, sa low amount of time spent naman ni David ay puro high siya sa Utah. So, this is the same with the graph. This one is also matrix diagram, this form. Mas clear kaysa dun sa application of improvement tool. So, sa graphical analysis, SPC, KPJs, data collection method, cause and effect, process mapping, Kaizen, and 5S. So, mas madali nilang ma-monitor kung ano yung mga dapat nilang focus. O dapat, ano dapat nilang i-plan. And then, number 5, prioritization matrices. It is a tool that sorts and ranks various options into an organized order of importance using a criteria. This technique helps identify which problems are the most important to work on solving first. It graphically displays options and criteria in row and column format. Weights are assigned to each criteria. It allows you to identify an item's relative importance by deriving a numerical value for its priority. It allows you to select and prioritize some options over others. This is an example for prioritization matrices. We have here effort from low to high. We have also cost from high to low, value from low to high, and the risk high to low. We have avoid, investigate, consider, prioritize. This is an example of prioritization matrices. This is also an example of prioritization matrices. We have projects, then we have strategy, and then weighted score. So, pag highest yung weight niya, this is the top priority. And then from highest to lowest. The highest priority is reduce attrition rate. So, yung problems, yung projects nila, in-indicate nila dito, then naglagay sila ng mga indication dito with their corresponding weight score. Then, kung sino yung pinaka-highest, that is the top priority projects. Number 6, Process Decision Program Chart, PPPC. It is a tool for identifying and documenting the steps required to complete a process. It's intended to help you prepare contingency plans by mapping out every conceivable event that can occur when moving from a three-part problem to possible solutions. This technique allows you to systematically identify what might go wrong with the plan. Therefore, you can create appropriate contingency plans to limit risk. This is an example of Process Decision Program Chart, or PDPC. The agenda, facilitator, scribe, no distraction, assign action, and meeting evaluation. So, this will be the meeting guidance for this. And then this is also an example of Process Decision Program Chart. Number 7, the network diagram is a tool used to map activities and tasks for a project in sequential order. Basically, it's graphically depicts a project timeline. This tool displays interdependent relationships between activities, tasks, and groups as they all impact a project. Boxes and arrows are used to detect their activities and the links between them, as well as chart the sequential order of the entire process. This is an example of activity network diagram. So we have A, excavate, electrical, G, interior, B, foundation, E, roof, H, exterior, C, frame, F, masonry, and then I, landscape. Okay, so mag-start sila dito and then A, B, C. So this is the legend. Okay. A, B, C, then A, E, F, then G, H, I, and then N. So this is the activity network. Kung ano yung pagkakasunod nilang gagawin. Ang ginawa na lang nila by letters to So, we will talk about also relationship between planning and decision. So, planning and decision making, these are the most important managerial functions, and there are many relations between them. Planning is thinking of doing. Decision making is a part of planning. Planning is the process of selecting a future course of action. Decision making means selecting a course of action. Planning and decision making, organizing, leading, and controlling are all interrelated. It is the most important step in all managerial functions. Management every time has to look for planning long-range and short-range future direction by estimating and evaluating the future behavior of the relevant environment by determining this enterprise owns desired role. This is one of the charts for planning and decision making. So in the center we have also decision making. Then interrelated planning, organizing, creating, and controlling. So they are all interrelated and they are all need a decision making. Two basics components. Goals represent an end state that targets and results but that managers hope to achieve. The second one is planning. It's a deliberate and conscious work using which managers determine a future course of action for attaining a specific goal. To a manager means planning is thinking about what is to be done, who is going to do it, and how and when he will do it. Decision making is the process of identifying a set of feasible alternatives and choosing a course of action from them. It is part of planning. It is an intermediate-sized set of activities that begins with identifying problems and ends with choice or decision giving. Management is constantly influencing the organization's activities, and the decision making is central to doing it. In the decision making process, a manager identifies a specific situation and finds the threats and opportunities that it offers. By planning, manager finds alternatives and testing and measuring their effectiveness. By planning, manager and identify the pros and cons of each alternative. After that, the managers must use their decision-making skills for selecting one path of action. Decision-making is the core of planning. Unless a decision has been made, a plan cannot be implemented in the field. Planning and decision-making are interrelated. Decision can be made without planning, but planning cannot be done without making decisions. Okay, before we end, words of wisdom. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, He will establish your plans. Proverbs 16:3. Thank you, God bless, and stay safe. Bye-bye. See you on my next video.